Merhaba, Terrarians. Welcome to this unusual and weird Portals to Terra episode. First of all, I have to say this is the first ASMR episode of Portals to Terra. You're gonna hear all my breathing problems. What is that? I'm gonna send this tape to my pulmonologist to see if I've recovered from COVID or not. I'm using, first of all, I'm at my sister's place right now, and I'm using her microphone. She has this ASMR microphone. Portals to Terra is officially ASMR now. We're Gen Z now. We're one episode away from gang, 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 gang. Strong woman, strong woman. Gang, gang, ice cream, yum, I'm gonna end up doing that on Portals to Terra TikTok, which I renamed everything wrong for Silver. Anyways, this episode is dedicated to a person we called Snow. Now that is obviously not her real name, and I'm not gonna name her real name or anything. I try not to give anything away, but gonna tell a story of the events of the past few days of my life, and I find the things that happened to me. I learned a lot. Let's put it this way. So I move into this flat. It's like a room sharing thing where I'm sharing a flat with 3 other people. It's me, the kid, I just call him the kid. That's not the kid. He's a bit younger than me. He's like a bit younger than me. How old do I think I am? No, so John. Let's say it's me, John, Mary, and Snow. And these are all fake names, by the way. And we're living there. Mary is kind of introverted. She's mostly in her room. John and I are like friends. We play online games and so on. John is also from Iran, by the way. I gotta say, we're from the same country. And there's this other flatmate, Snow, and Snow is the most peculiar, unique person ever. I thought when I saw her, I thought she's she's like 35 or something, maybe 32 to 35. She was 46. We learned later, and when she came, Mary met her first, and I remember Mary told me, "Ram, she talks a lot." I was like, "You don't know me," and she was like, "No. She talks a lot." And I was like, me too. And she was like, she always want to hang out and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, me too. When I met her, I was like, all right, yeah, right. She fucking talks a lot. She did talk a lot. I mean, it was like she would just constantly go like in a very hypomanic manner of like, hey, how are you, oh my god, good, we should do something together, we should hang out together, I don't know, we should do this, I bought all this stuff, I don't know, do you think I should buy this stuff, you should not buy this stuff, I started taking yoga class, should I continue my yoga class, should I? And but interesting and full of love, that I can say. Like, she was full of love. And so we're living together, and as things go on, things get weirder and weird. Like, she was a weird person. Like, for example, she had all these like shelves and shelves of vitamins, and she would not eat for days, like 2 days. It was just one vitamin pill. Okay, she would sit there and with this like a bowl, and she would put all these pills in it, like 20 per day, C, D, iron, zinc, like all of them, different separate like tablets. And I was telling her, Snow, I take all of this in one. It's called a multivitamin. Like, take all of them in one. These are all intense shit. It just dawned upon me something. wow, I just had a realization for people who have immune system problems. But anyways, I would be like, is this prescribed by a doctor? She'd be like, no, 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 I'm fine. It's fine. She would take those. She has some protein pills. She never had them, and some nuts in a protein pill box, like in one of these like containers, like. So she would take them, and that was it, and water. And she had one of these bottles of water that says, "Keep going, yo, you go, girl. Like half a liter. You're almost there, you know." And then on the third day, she would have like the biggest feast ever, like salmon, all that stuff. Like she would like fill everything in the kitchen would be dirty. Like I would go want to cook, nothing's clean, everything's in the dishwasher, dirty already. Which was one of the arguments we had was like, should we use the dishwasher as a drying rack or should we just use the dishwasher? And she was a fan of using the dishwasher, but then I was like, yeah, but everything's, look, we're polar opposites in ways that I'm so OCD, and if I eat something, I clean it right away, whatever. She would make all the food and then again go on a 3-day binge of like vitamins. And a lot of times I would also find like these moldy food in the fridge, and I'll be like, no, this is moldy. And she'd be like, no, that's my vaccine. And then when I went, remember the rabies episode? I finally got vaccinated for rabies and tetanus. So when I went to get the rabies vaccine, and she would be telling me, you don't know what the government puts in it. And I was like, bruh, like it was invented by fucking Pasteur, who pasteurized, like that guy in the 18th fucking century. There wasn't any 5G, it just is fine. And she was super skeptical of, she was very Joe Rogan-esque kind of a person, like she would be like, she would be, once I was looking at my hair, I'm not going to show it to you right now, my bald spot. And I was a bit insecure about it. And she was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, I'm insecure about my bald spot. She would be like, oh, I know what you should do. And I was like, is she going to suggest that I get the plugs? We're in Istanbul. She goes, no, stem cell. So I was like, what are you talking about? You're the first person ever, let alone family, to suggest stem cell. And she's like, oh no, I've done it a couple of times. And I'm like, is it safe? Like, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, there was this one guy who, she was like, we have a clinic in the country she was from. Which she always said a different country. It was like 3 different countries where she said she is from. 2 of them are in Europe and 1 of them isn't. And she was like, yeah, we have this stem cell clinic there. And I was like, is it safe? It was like, well, one guy came for the same problem. Then he went blind temporarily, but he's fine now, I guess. I don't know. Like, and I was like, this is not safe. Like, health ministers haven't, like, aren't authorizing this practice to be done legally in most places. I don't, like, this is a cutting edge technology. I was like, all right, I don't even want to get the plugs. I'm going to fucking shave. I'll go full Bill Burr. Yeah. I can't do a Bill Burr impression, but yeah, I'll go full Bill Burr. So she was that kind of person. And like, I don't know, but I felt like, yo, like she's cool. There was some love there. Like, she really loved us. And she would constantly be like, she was like weird in that way. Like, she would be out from 11 p.m., come back home 6 a.m., then sleep, and then wake up in the afternoon and then play this one song that went, my body reacts, my body reacts. And it's just weird, like, in a way that also, like, I open my door, like, late at night, want to go to the toilet, and she's just sitting all alone there on the couch. And as she hears somebody's coming, she gets up, she runs up to me, she's like, hey, how are you? I missed you. Come give me a hug. And she would hug me, and she would be like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to watch a movie? And I'll be like, no, it's fucking 2 a.m. Like, I don't know what I was. Probably once this is Portals to Terra, let's be honest. Once I had masturbated, and then, because circumcised people use lube and shit. And my right hand was like dirty. I was like, just, use your left hand for the doorknob, go straight to the toilet to wash the hands. That I was in that mode. And she comes and she want to hug and shit, and I'm like, not now. Yeah, let's hug. And It was like that, but um, and she wanted to come to see Oppenheimer with us, and we actually went, but we ditched her. And I remember the next day she came and she was like, "Oh, it's fine. I saw Barbie with my friend," and my guilt was taken away a bit. And I was like, "Yeah, I also saw Oppenheimer, and I saw Oppenheimer with me, my sister, and John." And I was like, "Yeah, I saw it with my sister," and she was like, "Well, John will come with me," and I was like, "Shit, John," was I didn't mention. So I don't know. So that kind of a person, and although she didn't like cats, because originally she would say, "Hey, would you like cats? Like, we used to kick cats and shit." She started to become friendly with Loki, the cat that I've mentioned there probably in the rabies episode. I would take care of, like, John and I would feed her and shit. She was like my pet, like love to Loki. And she was so nice with Loki. I don't know if it was a way of like try to be closer friends with me, or because I was also a piece of shit, like I am. I would nag a lot. I would complain a lot. Just complain. Like, why is the dirty? The dishwasher. OCD bullshit. And she was so nice. She fed salmon to Loki, which the most bougie thing Loki has ever had. She was eating like a fucking grizzly. And so anyways, Snow was rich as fuck. This is the weirdest part about her, is that she would spend, like she told me, she'd spend 400 euros on gym membership. She would be like go to all this pole dancing class, to another luxurious party, to a luxurious hotel, to a luxurious swimming pool. Like, she was just out and about doing luxurious shit and not working, not doing anything. And it's not polite to ask people, like, what do you do? Where do you get your money? And so once, like, for example, just to give you an example, I was talking about this Sony XM5 headphones. I was like, I really want to have this Sony XM5s one day. Like, one day, like, I'm not gonna, it's 350 euros. I'm not gonna spend that much on a headphone, And she goes, "Oh, I'll buy you." And I was like, "Oh, Snow, don't, because that's very nice of you." But I would realize, like, okay, if you're this, are you being this nice to me only, or in general, or because people then can take advantage of you? I think it was a bit of both. I think she really liked me, and she wanted to be like closer friends, because I also told her a lot of times, if you have so much money, why do you live with us? And why do you share a flat? Like, you have that much money, you can go to a studio of your own. And she said that she did live in a studio, but it was lonely. And that she said, "Yeah, I have family. We should be family. That's why." I remember I would fucking mark my area in the fridge. I'll be like, "This is my food. Do not touch my food." When I'm getting OCD, my OCD persona is German. It's like, "Je follow the rules." That was French. Fuck, I'm bad at it. So I would do that, and then she would come and she'd be like, "No, we should share a fridge. Everybody, I'll buy you food, everything. We should have a fridge full of food because families do that." And she kept saying that. I mean, I don't know what was the deal with her, but this theme of family, like, that's what she was there for. That's what she was after, family. And she kept bringing it up. She kept going, we should hang out like a family. We should watch movies like a family. We should do this. She went to the fucking market and bought 100 eggs. I shit you not. 100 eggs. And I said, who is this for? And she was like, "It's for us, family." I was like, "I have my own eggs. I'll buy my own eggs. I have OCD on food. I don't eat the food of other people because I don't know how it's been kept. I'm paranoid about expiry dates and all that. Please just do your own. We can't eat 100 eggs. They rot, and then you'll eat it anyways because you don't give a fuck about all the moldy food and the expired food." This whole theme of family, I think about it a lot. I think a lot about Because I've also been there. I've been there. You don't know how Portals to Terra started. I was there when Portals to Terra started. COVID, half of my best friends just leaving or not replying for good reasons. They're going through their own shit. I'm not blaming anybody. And I got my flatmates. My flatmates are doing their own shit. I'm all alone. And the government's like locked up. You can't leave the room. You can't leave the house. 6 p.m. curfew in Budapest. I'm stuck there. I'm going insane. Family is the most important thing for someone in that state of mind. But the more, this is the thing, it's these relationships and human stuff is built through time, and I saw that, I understood that. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought to myself, if we've been living together for like 2 months, if I am getting too close to people, then they can be disappointed at some point where I'm not there for them 24/7, because I've had that problem too, where then I expect too much of people. I've grown and changed, but there has been times where I really expected too much of people, and there has been time that people really could have been nicer to me. So I totally have sympathy for this, but anyways, I remember once I got sick and I wanted to vomit, whatever, and I remember like she heard me moaning from my room, because it was like that stomachache nausea feeling of so I was like moaning in ASMR. I'm moaning. I was moaning in my room, and she heard it, and she kept asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I remember I come out. I'm a very solitary person, especially these days. Someone to just leave me be when I'm sick. So I go out to the kitchen. I've got headphones in my earplugs and listening to some podcast, some shit. And she constantly keeps asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Do you need anything?" And I remember she puts a hand on my pulse, and that pisses me off, because I'm like, "Don't touch me," So I just prank her out of, it's not even a prank, it's more of a sarcasm, where she goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "No, I'm not." And I pretend to like die or something, or get a heart attack or whatever. So I do that, and she was very concerned. She didn't take that well. I mean, I sometimes don't know when my jokes come out or how they come out, or whether if people will fall for, because I thought that she would know that I'm acting. She knows that it's a sarcastic response to, "Are you okay?" I'll be like, "No, I'm dying. Like, why are you exaggerating it? I'm just sick, leave me be." So I go, and she doesn't react well, like, I'll say it. She even like I saw that she started to cry a bit, like, and what a piece of shit I am, right? Like, what a fucking piece of shit I must be to do that. But and then I immediately go, no, I'm just joking. It's just like, it's a pun on how, you're exaggerating my illness, and I was just being sarcastic. I wasn't even acting good. I'm not a good actor. Like, not in 1 in a million I thought she would buy that, but. And yeah, she hugs me. She's like, "Take care of yourself. I'll do whatever for you. If you're sick, like, I'll take care of you, whatever." Fast forward, a friend of mine goes looking for a flatmate. Another friend of ours offers his flat to us from the comedy gang. And I remember I go to them, and I'll be like, "I might move out." And they knew that one of the primary reasons is It's because Snow and I don't get it. I can't like share a kitchen with her. It's insane. Like the whole like situation is insane. And remember, she was again playing the song "My Body Reacts," whatever. And then I go, so I jokingly, she says, "Oh yeah, you're leaving. Where are you going? When are you going to Budapest? If you're going to Budapest, can I just come with you? Because I just don't know where to be. I just don't know what to do in this world. I just want to, I just want to go with someone somewhere. I just don't know what to do. And I even told her, I was like, you should do like Bumble BFF. Find someone who can. Because look, I'm here for you, like legit, man. Nothing but love, really. Like I did sympathize with her so much, but I can't be what you need. None of us, not neither me, John, Mary, because like John was, I think, she was the best with John, and she hung out with Mary. With me, I think we had way more boundaries because of the boundaries I set. Yet at the same time, I was the hardest she was trying to be close with because she was already close with John and Mary. I was the last person in the house where she didn't fully feel like family with, maybe. Although I would help her out with a lot of things, like her headphones. She wanted to buy an earplug. I remember I was introducing her to Sony LinkBuds S, and she asked this the question she asked. She was like, "They look nice, but do they come in pink?" And she was literally Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic is fantastic. That was her like all pink skirt, pink high heels, like that. Like she even had a Barbie cup, and that I would buy coffee for her, and she would put in the in that cup and be like, "Best coffee in the world, certified barista." She called me certified barista, best coffee. And then whenever I cooked, she came and she was like, "Can I try some?" And I was like, I want to keep them for later or whatever, but I was like, sure. And whenever she tried the food, she was like, "Best cook ever." It wasn't that special, actually. I can do way fucking better, but it was like pasta pomodoro and stuff like that, and she would love that. And I remember, so we're sitting there and telling them that I might move out, and she goes like, "Oh yeah, okay, then I don't know, maybe I'll move out too." And I'm telling her, "All right, so should I stay?" Like jokingly, and then we all laugh and whatever. And then after that, she comes and she's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry that if I was a bad roommate or if I bothered you. I'm learning. I'm trying to work on myself." She always felt like when I'm around, she would be careful with everything. Is everything clean? Is everything okay? You happy with that? Okay, I'm sorry if I, fucked anything up. And I don't know. I remember I told her, I was like, "No, man, it's nothing but love." Like we hugged, and I was like, "I'm just joking. I hope you know that this kitchen stuff, it doesn't mean that I don't like you or whatever. We can be friends even if I move out, whatever. It's all cool." To which she immediately says, "Let's hang out, everybody watch a movie," and then everybody went to the room or whatever. But I think one more thing about her is that at some point her behavior to me, I was jokingly saying, now I don't think this was the case, but jokingly saying, "Is he a meth head?" Like I would like she would clean the kitchen 5 a.m. like something unnecessary, just compulsively cleaning something that shouldn't be cleaned, and then everything else is dirty. And then like forgetting stuff, like she'd pick my bottle of water and she'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I thought it's my bottle of water." And I was like, "You don't have a bottle, Snow. You use one of these big like canisters." And she's like, "Right, I don't have a bottle." Like I would keep track of what she has, like in the fucking fridge, like. And it was funny once. I was trying to, because he was such a unique character. I had talked to like my sister and my best friend about this. Like I would told people like, "Oh my god, I got this roommates like that." Never have I been talking about my flatmates with people, but she was such a unique person that you do that, you go, she always had a story. Like for example, once she was like, "Why do you want to do your residence permit?" don't worry, nobody cares. I have this like high class luxurious model. I don't know. To me, it sounded kind of like a luxurious prostitute friend of hers who doesn't have a residence permit for 2 years. Like, she's Russian, nobody cares. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not a hot blonde Russian babe. Okay, I get asked for my ICAMET like residence permit card 10 times in the street by undercover cops and shit. And she would be like, yeah, but I entered certain country once in EU with a fake passport. Nobody cared. And I look at her and I'm like, all right, I expect you to respect the laws of the kitchen. You don't even respect the international border laws. Like, it's so, optimistic of me to expect you to respect the laws of the fucking kitchen. Anyways, fast forward. Last Thursday, today is Friday. Last Thursday, she gets sick. And she comes and she's like, oh, my stomach ache, I have a stomach ache. And right before this, I remember she always talked of a fiance, husband figure, which is abroad. And there's this love and hate relationship akin to the one with Harley Quinn and Joker. And she came to us and she was like, I cursed my husband and gave us all 20 lira notes. And she said that, just take it, and a chocolate. And then so God would forgive me. And I said, listen, Snow, like, I'm not your husband. It's fine. Just, I can accept this. And neither of us did. She gave it to me and Mary, and who were there at the flat, and we didn't accept it, and whatever. That was the last conversation we had before she got sick. And then she gets sick. And I remember as she's sick, she's like, my stomach hurts. Please help me. Somebody bring me water. John is the guy who really helps her, actually. John is taking care of her 24/7. Giving her water, giving her the medicine she asked for, like medicine, like vitamins and soup and all that. But she's not like, she's like apple cider vinegar and peppermint. Give me that. And then John would bring it. And she comes to me for help a couple of times. I go, Snow, go to the hospital. Go to the doctor. Because you've really... I was 100% sure she's exaggerating. I was like, okay, we know who she is. She wants attention. This is all exaggeration. Just go to the fucking doctor. We're not doctors. You can't just put that on us. And she goes, no, it's fine. And I'm like, well, then it must be nothing. It must be nothing, and you're exaggerating it. And this is a new tool for you to get attention, because that's totally what my body would do. I didn't even think that she's feigning or faking. No. Psychosomatic shit. I thought, okay, this is what happened. Fight with husband, and a person who's just manic, talking, party, this party, that party. This is depression. This is like manic depression, right? This is not a happy person. Buying 3 shoes per day, this luxurious thing, that gym, like, and still not knowing what to do, being ready to move to fucking Budapest with me, like. And I'm not like the kind of person, I couldn't go like, you need therapy. You have all this money. Do you spend any of it on therapy or just on shoes? Because shoes ain't buy you fucking peace of mind, man. And with all my walls and with all my boundaries and all that, I was understanding and sympathizing. Because I've been there. Not there, but somewhere similar. Not as intense of a loneliness, maybe, but that lonely. So for my body goes sick, for others to love me. All projecting. And but then again, if you're sick, so goes another day, Friday gets worse. Saturday, I remember at 7, I see she's not in a good condition, and she's yelling, help, this is bad, this is bad. And she keeps saying, John, John, John. She wants John. And I remember even when I went to try to help her, she would be like, I don't want to bother you. I know how you are, John. And I understand I've been a piece of shit, like, with all the, like, just nagging. And John has been nice. He's been super fucking nice. And so I remember I leave at 7 to a friend's house, and I only come back at like 2 a.m. that night. And John at 8 Saturday night sends her to the hospital. It'll be like, we can't do this now anymore. We cannot do this. And I knew John was tired too, but we had different ways of dealing with this. Like, John's was to help and give her exactly what she wants. And I'm like, if she has stomach problems, acids, apple cider vinegar is pure fucking acid. It doesn't fucking work. And my thing was, the boundary will help. Then she will go to the doctor. If we stop giving her the peppermint and the fucking herbal medicinal bullshit. And so I come back at 2. I don't know what happened. I didn't know she was at the hospital. Apparently, so whatever. This is what happens. I sleep late and I wake up late. And I stay in bed, like, I wake up and I'm just like YouTubing in bed. I don't even go out to brush my teeth. Not good. Kids always do brush your teeth. But I only go out, like, I wake up at 11:30 and I only go out to brush my teeth and shit at like 1. And when I open the door of my room at 1, I see there's all these like linen with vomit everywhere. And there's like the washing machines working with the vomity stuff in it. And I brush my teeth and I come out of the toilet and I see Snow on the floor in the threshold of her room, and with her stomach really inflamed. But at that moment, I did not really process, like, this is really not normal, like cartoonesque inflammation, I just didn't process it. And I see she's on the floor. I should have seen that this is really not normal, even for her. She was like kind of half naked. She would never have been like that, like not properly wearing underwear. That she wouldn't have done that if she wasn't, with the stomach, like, and just going, help, help, I'm dying. And so I go to her. She gets on the bed. I got try to help her without like physically touching and much. So she gets on the bed and I see there's a picture frame of Terra and the husband with her on the mattress where she's lying, and she goes, help. And I'm like, Snow, I'm so sorry, I gotta call the ambulance now. And she's like, I've been to the hospital last night. And I'm like, what? Because I didn't know that John had called. So I'm like, what? Okay, I mean, what did they say? What's the problem? She said, I don't know. They spoke Turkish. John knows. John speaks Turkish. So I go and I call Mary. Mary hasn't been in Istanbul for days. She left on Friday to another place it's near Antalya. It's like she was on a vacation. And I tell her, I'm like, well, this is happening. I think this is she just wants attention, and just like, this must be psychosomatic, and not even thinking why was her stomach so inflamed. It's so just like ballooned, like as if she went from this to pregnant in one day. Like, I should have fucking seen it. I don't know how I did not pay attention to this very crucial detail, but. And then I call John and I'm like, John, where are you? And he's like, I'm hanging out with some friends. What's up? And I'm like, it's Snow. She's not doing well. I don't know what to do. We need to call the hospital. See what the fuck happened last night. And she went to hospital last night. He's like, yeah. And she came back today at 6 a.m. with a taxi. So she should be fine, because the hospital wouldn't let someone come home with a fucking taxi if everything is fine, right? I pour myself coffee and eggs, and I have it, and I take the coffee out. I'm in front of the door. I'm having a smoke. I'm playing with Loki. I'm like, playing chess. So I'm playing I played 3 rounds of chess, waiting for John to come home. Like, what the fuck do I do now? And as John comes home and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, look, I'm being checkmated like this, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, let's go in a very cruel way. I go, let's go deal with this, completely knowing, oh, I'm so sure it's nothing and it's all mental. So we go in, and as we enter the house, in front of the door, there are 2 medics, ambulance workers, and a lady we don't know. And the lady says Snow died. It was difficult to for processing. I didn't process it for the next hours. First it was is the lady. So first it was fucking, I don't know, just processing what? Snow died? The reality dropping on you. Then the police people coming. Then looking, seeing her dead body of someone who fucking an hour ago or something told you, I'm gonna die. And you knew her. And she was a friend, she was living with us, and now there she is. It's not even her, it's just the philosophically, is that. And then the police, getting questioned by the police, because they come in, and I at that moment I asked the lady, who the fuck are you? And she was a cleaning lady that came to the place because the owner organizes these occasional cleanings and stuff, and every time it's a different person. This cleaning lady apparently came 2 months ago and met Snow, and Snow would always give them a little 200 lira cash thingy. So they knew her, they knew I don't know, the rich lady called, said I need help, and she said that because she's a woman, she's more comfortable with her being around. At that point she was vomiting over everything, and she was almost naked and shit. So she came and she was trying to help her, and she was actually with her when she died. But the funny thing is that I didn't fucking see her. She was there exactly when I come out of my room. She goes out to go to a pharmacy to find God knows whatever the fuck. She's just feeding her electrolyte, and just instead of calling a cab, that's also what pisses me off, is that you're a fucking cleaning lady. What do you know about medicine? What makes you think you're qualified enough to no, what the fuck? I mean, I understand. It's there's something deeply wrong with our financial system of the world, that people are in a state that they get the call for a little money. You go to someone's house that you don't know. You've been there once as a cleaner to help her with this, instead of calling the ambulance or some fucking other thing. But she was there, and I don't know what the fuck she did. She was saying that she swallowed her vomit and foam and stuff, and from the body it looks so. But she said she gave her CPR. Now you don't know if CPR works for that situation. You see something in the movies, but anyway, so it was that, and then being interrogated by the police, because the police comes in and there's me, John, 2 foreigners, fucking cleaning lady, and a dead body. And it turns out the cleaning lady doesn't even have proper residence permit, and then she starts fucking giving bullshit to the police about when she entered the country and stuff. And anyways, whatever. So we didn't even have time to process or mourn her. I remember it was only when the cops told us, okay, you're clear. Because we was first there, then the investigators came, then the prosecutor came, then we had to go to the police station and be interrogated there again, or give a testimony and give the events and yada 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 yada, so much. And by the end of it, when they declared us, you know, not murderers or whatever, it was then there was a nice guy. He actually gave me, because I was having a panic attack. We were both, me and John were having fucking panic attacks. It was the fucking hardest day of our lives. I'm not comparing. It was one of them. It was one of the weirdest fucking day of our lives. And it was only then when I processed it. Like, as the guy gave me this glass or whatever, he was nice and he was like, sorry for your loss or whatever. And I was like, oh, somebody just treated us like human, you know? And then I started to, like, process it and mourn, you know? And before that, I was like, I don't know. I even made like a couple of dark comedy jokes when we were like, we're there waiting, police coming, investigation. They're putting the tape around us. You know, I made a couple of dark comedy jokes in that situation. That's how I processed the situation, you know? Like, it was so much stress, it was so much, like, absurdity. I was like, what? No, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why is my heart beating so fast? You know, like, whatever. But then when the guy gave me a glass of water, I just started to cry. I started to cry, and I realized. Then the sentence that I heard fucking hours earlier suddenly sank in. It was like, Snow died. Because she told us in the worst fucking manner ever. It was like, sit down, things are not good, la la la. If you want to tell someone died, please do it properly. Don't go, Snow died. That really adds up to the fucking trauma. You know what I mean? Just the sentence was ringing in my ear for days. I just felt like I kind of recovered today. Like, today I woke up and I was like, yeah, life is back to normal. I'm Ramin, I'm this person. Like, before that, it was just, I would wake up and I would just imagine the dead body and the sound going, Snow died. And I'm like, what? Snow died. Just going in my head. And it's my OCD too, probably just going, Snow died, Snow died, Snow died. Not understanding. What was weirder is that because Mary Googled her, because she knew her full name, and because the police found 3 different passports and some of the info didn't match. Probably some of them were forged. And police asked, so Mary was Googling her to find her family. And she found out that she was actually, Interpol was after her, and most countries would extradite her to US, and she was a part of a crypto Ponzi scheme of millions, like tens of millions of dollars. Let's say above $50 million and below 100. That bracket of crime. But you know what I hate the most? And it was her husband. Her husband's apparently in prison. What I hate the most... ASMR coughing. What I hate the most is when I told this to a couple of people, their reaction was, oh, then, some like, we shouldn't feel bad then. Because, you know, she was a criminal or whatever. But 2 things. We don't know the story. We don't know the story. Really, that she was not a genius mastermind the way we know her. That's also what Mary said. Mary said she's certain she didn't even fucking know how to install an app on her fucking phone. It was like the husband was a fucking abusive asshole. That's what it was. We know of that. Without getting into details, we knew of that the husband is an abusive asshole, mentally and probably physically. But the thing is that, you know, I think her story was a young girl, beautiful, meets this guy. This guy promises of money and a luxurious lifestyle. probably a young girl, beautiful, but with mental illnesses. This is the worst fucking combo. When you have mental illnesses, your family probably didn't love you, so you're out there looking for that family by buying the 100 eggs, offering to buy 300 euros headphones. The family, the family, the family. And there comes this fucking asshole who goes, hey, I'll give that to you. All the love and all the shoes and a luxurious lifestyle. All of that can fucking finally fill the hole in your heart, probably. And you fall for it. You fall for it. And I think that even here, I think she was being used by him to just use her credit card to, I don't know, do some crypto shit without her even understanding what is she doing. In total denial. Brainwashed. Now, it pisses me off when you look at someone like that and you go, criminal. 2, she was. If I was one of the people who it was a MLM fucking scheme. It was one of these multi-level whatever pyramid schemes. Okay, if I was somebody who lost money to that, I would be fucking pissed, I know, but I am not. I was her fucking flatmate and one of the last people she had in her final days that she called family. And what did I do? Nag about the fucking dishwasher. Okay, that's my angle. If you lost money to her, you are feel free to fucking hate the whole crime family. For me, I hate judgmental bullshit. I hate the black and white thinking. I hate not seeing humans as humans. And, you know, as the Pink Floyd's Dogs, the song in the album Animals says, dragged down by the stone, who was born in a house full of pain, who was trained not to spit in the fan. So, if you saw that, if you saw the dead body of someone alone, begging for family, buying 100 eggs, coming home every day, family, and ending like that, with John and Mary not being home, her being left with me, and me not taking her seriously, so her calling the cleaning lady that she met once at the corner of the room with bile and vomit and her, or what was left of her, because it wasn't her anymore. It was the body that used to be run by snow, but not snow. There's no snow in it anymore, you know. And if you see that, you are a piece of shit not to have some sympathy, no matter what. Unless it was Hitler or something, but to look at that and go, criminal? Because this is what this podcast was about. It started, this podcast, because I wanted the family. It started in COVID. This podcast fucking started when I had nobody. I was going insane. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should, Then I did this. I started talking to fucking aliens. That's how alone I was. Bowie the cat and aliens. I would do the voice of a fucking cat and the voice of fucking aliens. That's how alone I was. I'm not gonna look at that ending and say, yeah, deserved the waffle. Say that. I know, I'm living at my sister's place now. I will finally move out with the friend at the friend's flat and so on. Didn't think it'll happen this way, but we can't even really live there in the flat anymore. No, besides the emotional trauma of of course we can't. What am I gonna have coffee exactly where Snow's body was, but they haven't even cleaned the house yet, and we can't clean the house, and the police said not to touch anything in the hall, like we could go get our belongings in the suitcase. So it's like that, the situation. So I came here, and so I'm using her ASMR mic. That's why the quality of the podcast suddenly got better. But no, and it's a shit show. I don't know, like these movings, there's so much going on in my life, and there's so much I have to do. And one of my best friends, my buddy, the great Coca, painter who lives in France, an old friend, is visiting in a couple of days. I will probably do an episode with him. That's going to be the next episode. He's a very interesting person. And but anyways, what I mean is, all that happening, I just wish the world would stop and give me a little time to process it. But you don't have time, you need to keep moving. You need to pick yourself back up and go like, okay, that happened. Snow is not, we're living in a post-snow world now. And I can never talk with her again. I can never go back and be like, yeah, let's hang out. I wish I hung out with her. Every time she say, I'm not saying I could have prevented the death. Maybe I can. Maybe I would. Maybe when she's told me she's dying, I should have whatever. But that's not where I really have the guilt, Like, I don't... Because she kind of refused to... We don't even know if she really went to the hospital after learning about her criminal past. I think maybe she went to the hospital and then she escaped and got in a cab because she didn't want to register. Or maybe that's why she didn't want to go to the hospital. We don't know. But what I know is it's not, the guilt is not mainly, oddly, with me medically being able to save her life. Maybe it was one of the moldy food she ate. We don't know. Toxicology and autopsy can take up to months, probably, they said. When they found out this is not like a... sus case of murder or whatever, they said, all right, probably pushed down that another foreigner died. Who cares? Talked with her mother. She wants the body. This is also like, despite everything, when you talk with someone's mother who wants her daughter's body, how the fuck can you not have sympathy, Whatever the life. But anyways, I wish I could go back and just be nicer to her. That's where I am more guilty of. I feel guilty. It's not that, okay, she told me she's dying, her stomach was inflamed, maybe I should have called the ambulance there and then. I didn't, this happened. But that's not where I really got the guilt. I really got the guilt as, this was her last fucking months on earth. She wanted us as a family. She wanted me to like her better, to hang out with her. I wish I'd made her more pasta. I wish I made her more cool coffee. I wish whenever she was sitting there alone in the hall and I went into my room and watched some binge-watched Mr. Beast, I wish I would just watch with her. I could be like, hey, Snow, there's Mr. Beast. He's this guy, fucking idiot. He gives... millions of people out to people. Let's go watch some Mr. Beast videos. But now I wanted to be alone. Because I was like, my comfort. My fucking comfort. Everybody's responsible for themselves' comfort. Because they've done that to me. Who am I taking revenge on? I mean, you're not responsible to frustrate yourself because other people are alone, but when someone's so alone, I was at the flat to pick up some of my stuff again. I was talking to her. I was talking to the walls. Hoping someone can hear. I just wanted her to know that me pouring myself coffee and going playing chess exactly when she died doesn't mean that I didn't love her. doesn't mean that I didn't know. If I fucking knew, I would be there. I'm just sad that she didn't have any of us there, and it was the cleaning lady. I'm worried of what she thought. Did she think in her last hours we don't care about her? Did she think nobody cares about her from an abusive husband? Or I don't know her family, but the way she was begging for family, I don't think she ever really had that feeling from anyone. 46. Dragged down by the stone. You know what's funny? She died almost where I feigned my own death that day. It's so ironic that now here I am actually crying for her actual dead body. Exactly where she got tears in her eyes because I for a second feigned death, and she said, I'll be there for you if you need anything, if you're sick. She was so worried, and I wasn't. I wasn't. I've not really met anyone on earth like her. She was a unique person. Annoying at times, if you live with her in the kitchen, all that, talking too much, all that. But at the same time, I do believe that she had a pure fucking love in her heart. That's why I think that she wasn't really aware of the whole criminal stuff. I mean, she was aware, but she didn't really understand the implications of it. How it can affect other people's lives, how it's technically not legal, or how... Because she wasn't that smart, let's say. But, I don't know, man. It's weird. I mean, we'll be next. One day, it'll be a day where I'm the one next to a wall. If that day comes, I love you all. I mean, I don't know what to say. If that day comes, somebody's listening to this, I just really want everybody to know I'm so paranoid of other people in my life dying and not knowing how much I love them. Because we never know. We're not prepared. We might have a little fight, and then that has to be the day you die. It's so fucking cruel that we don't get the chance to have one last goodbye, to just be sincere with someone. So I don't know. What I learned is that I'll try to behave with everybody like, what if they die tomorrow? This way, I would be a better person for everybody, a better friend, a better human being. And nobody that I know will die thinking I don't care about them. Although I'm not sure if that's what she thought. I think she knew that I do. She knew how I am, but she also knew that all three of us, me, John, Mary, we did love her. In our own weird ways, but we did. You can literally hear me breathe through this. It's so ASMR. First ASMR podcast, we should have done some food shit. peel a banana or something. It's time to recover. I don't know. It's time to get up, accept it. It happened. It's gone. It's forever gone. It's over. It's over. The story of snow is over. 46 years. Life is a magnificent thing, you know? Like, we're here, we have our stories, we all have a childhood, everything, the people we know, the people, like, it fucking everything. Like the Pink Floyd song, all that you touch and whatever eclipse. Under the sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by the moon. The moon here being a metaphor for a human brain. It's an intense experience that is life. Like, it's wow. It's everything. It's everything we have. And then it goes away. And then the rest of the world will move on. The police officer got off of Snow's dead body. And when we come out of the flat in front of the building, he picks up his phone and he's looking at the matches, the football matches of, like, Newcastle was playing another team the night before. That's how, but the poor guy's seen so much. That is how mundane it is. Every day, every hour, every minute, this happens, and some person goes through something, a life ends, all that ends, and the rest of us are just recording a fucking podcast or something. We're just moving on with our life. That was the weirdest thing when we came out of the police station, and to us that day was a weird day, and everybody else was like, some people were going partying, some people were coming out, some people were playing music in their cars. The young girl and the young boy were dating each other. They were kissing over there. All that was still going on, but not snow. Everything was going on besides snow, and all of us will one day be that. So, some of my loved ones, I will get to see this. I will have to witness this for some of other loved ones. Closer. People I call family. 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 The 100 fucking eggs, okay? Family. And then you have to move on until yours. And all I want is to make fucking sure that they know that I love them. And even if someone like Snow that I'm not that close with, so we're living together for 2 months, every day we're seeing each other, as much as I can, I want to give the sense of family. I want to be less of a fucking asshole. This has been Portals to Terra. Take care of each other. Take care of people. People are alone. Loneliness is fucked up. So love people. Prepare your brains to get fucked.